So, when we're sitting here arguing about 65 games, it's more than what is being said, because now the team themselves can now sit me when they want to, so they don't have to pay me, right?
Greg Popovich started the Bull Giant.
Yeah.
When he started arbitrarily resting his players.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So since we know who started this, look how this convenience helps teams. I'm Pop. I have Wemby, right? Wemby is a Supermax talented player, right? He's going to get the Supermax because he will be making all NBA teams. Now, if you're the teams and there is a 65 game rule now, if you do not make 65 games, you cannot be an all NBA player. Whose interest is that in now? We want to say the players. Oh, not the players one-on, or is it the team? Because they get to save money on Supermax players. So if Wemby is sitting there at the 70-point game and he has a knee injury, right, or something's wrong with his body, remember who signs off that he's ready to play: the medical staff and the coaches and the upper management. So therefore, if he's supposed to play around 68 games and that's the way it's looking, instead of bringing him back, I'm going to hold him out longer so he misses the threshold to win, to be on that team, so he doesn't get the extra Supermax deal, which saves us money as an organization. Ja Morant, right? My best player saves me $40 million. Boom, right? Embiid, $40 million saved, right? Think about the names. I get to save money on my best players now, and I'm in control of it. Right? Indiana, Hallenberg. If he makes an all-NBA team, he's worth what he is. Do you think, so now he has to try to rush out there now, because he's thinking about the money. Now, as a player who is thinking about his Supermax, he doesn't give a fuck about the winning anymore. Fuck, you're winning. Oh, we don't think you should play. Fuck what you talking about. Now the players become more selfish. Embiid proved it. He's resting. The media, Embiid is not going to win. And Embiid. Now he's like, oh, fuck that. I'm about to go out there. Done. Philly, you're done. You think you're going to win a championship with a man, your best player, with a meniscus tear? Done. Everything y'all worked for is over. Playoffs, done. Championship, done. See you next year. I don't give a fuck how fast he comes back. He will not be healthy enough to play all the way to the championship, so your season's done. You push the 65 narrative. No matter what the player says, he stops thinking about team and only thinks about self. First team and MVP. That's all I care about now. I don't give a fuck what I said. MVP and first team. Now I take my happy ass out there. Now I'm done, which means the team, you're done. Now, guess what? Here's the kicker in the ass that they don't see coming. Here is the kicker in the ass that they don't see coming. If Embiid is not all NBA, that means someone is. Embiid is already a Supermax. Now, Maxey, because of the winning and his numbers, he fucks around and get into the all-NBA. Now your regular max player just inherited Supermax. Now because he wanted, which he wouldn't have, now he gets the Supermax tag, and you can't afford two Supermax players. Just in case you don't understand what I'm saying. And this is what they don't see. Last year on all NBA, there's 15 players. That means these 15 players are Supermax talent, right? First team, Greek, Tatum, Joel, Shea, Luka. That's first team. Second team, Jimmy, Jalen, Jokic, Donovan, Curry, right? You hear the names. Third team, Randall, LeBron, Sabonis, Fox, Leonard, right? That was your all NBA team. All those players are your Supermax. If they're in their contract, they're Supermax players, right? You're willing to pay these players Supermax because they sell tickets. They are your best players. Now, let's redo it. So, in first team, you have to take out Greek the Freak. Greek the Freak, gone. He only played 63 games last year. Oh no. That means Greek the Freak is not a Supermax if his contract's up. That means someone else has to be put in his spot that didn't make this original team. So that's one gone. On second team, Jimmy Butler, 64 games. He's gone. Curry only played 56 games last year. He's gone. So far, 3 new people have to be replaced. Okay? Third team, LeBron James, out of there. Lillard, out of there. Now, I want y'all to remember the Lillard story. The last 8 games of the season last year, the last 10 games, the Blazers themselves said, we're going to sit him. The Blazers themselves said, we're going to sit him. The Blazers shut him down. Now, if this was a contract year, he only got 58 games because of that sit down. If he didn't sit any of those games, he would have made the 65. So that means he would have been taken out of the 40 million category, that extra Supermax. So now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players has to be removed from the All-NBA team. That means they have to put 5 new players in, which means 5 players who aren't Supermax players or Supermax talent gets into this team. Now you have to pay them Supermax. Oh no. So now your 5-star talent is removed and your 4-star talent has to be paid 5 stars now. Oh no. Oh no. So you paying your seat fillers like your Lukas and your Kyries, your Devin Bookers and your KDs, and oh no, they're missing. You don't pay them. You gotta pay other people. Now Rudy Gobert, Supermax. Shit. Depending on how many people, somebody like fucking Austin Reeves will make a Supermax. Now, the 2021-22, right? Second team, KD played 50 games. He's out. Curry's out. LeBron's out, which is 4. So that means two of Curry's All-NBA teams don't make it. LeBron James, last 2, he don't make it, which means they have to be replaced. So 21, 22 new players have to be put in. 2021, Greek out. Kawhi out. Curry out, James out, Joel Embiid out, Jimmy Butler out, PG out, Beal out, Kyrie out. Look how many players are out of the All-NBA team, and think about all the players they will have to replace. They don't see this problem yet. They think they're saving. See, this has nothing to do with the players themselves. The problem is this: one, who's voting for this? Because whoever the voter is, if you think that Joel Embiid's 51 games is better than someone's 82 games, they're the ones putting the vote in. The players are not voting themselves in. There's still a committee of voters. So what are we looking at when we're like, all right, I mean, shit, he's averaging 33. I mean, these 62 games is way better than the 75 he got. So someone's voting them in with the games that they're playing, knowing that there's bigger numbers out there. So that means these numbers are still all NBA versus what they're putting in. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem that they're not seeing. If a dude can make the first team 61 games, 52 games, 63 games. So Kawhi Leonard's 52 games beat out LeBron James 56 games. It beat out Chris 70 games. It beat out Dame 67 games. So his 52 games beat out theirs. Now, if his 52 games was that impactful, that's why they put it in. So what you're doing is you're saying, hey, voters, you can't put nobody in if they have 64 games and above, which now means they're only looking at players that has played 65 and above, which means those are not going to be all stars for the most part, which means your third options has a chance to make super max money. Now, right now, I'm going to give you a player. And you guys tell me, this is not a knock against him. This is just someone that will be in here. Okay, right now, this player is averaging 24, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, right? If this, he's a guard. If this team was, let's say, second with his stats, he would win. He would get into the All-NBA team, third team. This player is Desmond Bane. are you going to pay Desmond Bain the same money that Ja Morant gets? Now, the problem with this is Ja Morant can't win all NBA, but you have to pay, let's say they were winning, you would have to pay Bain the Supermax. Now, Bain becomes your Supermax player and Ja Morant becomes your second. See, that is the problem. Someone has to be put in. That's the problem. Someone has to be put in. So if you're gonna take all the stars out, right? Let's see another name, right? So that means Maxey could be there. Maxey could be there, and then shit. I mean, the way they're doing it now, Tobias has damn near played every game. He's averaging 18 and 6. Now, Tobias, if they still winning and his numbers go up, he will be all NBA player and he will be credited for a super max. Brunson's gonna be an all NBA player. So what they decided to do, so just for clarity of what a super max is. In old term, super max is just max, right? It's just max, right? The max now is more like a mid-level, right? Super max is for your top tier, right? Your option ones, right? Your Greek, Kawhi, Jokic, Curry, Luke, James, Joel Embiid, Dame when he was playing, Kyrie, Cat, Fox, right? Those were your maxed players. And then sometimes on bad teams, a player plays well and he ends up getting the max, but then he's hard to trade, which would be like a Randall, right? Julius Randle is going to be a max player, but you're never going to trade Jokic for Randall, right? Max players, you want to trade max for max. So, I want to trade Joel Embiid for Jokic. That's how you want max players to swap out. You're never going to trade Randall for those guys. So now you have extra category. So now you have an extra category that's called Super Max, and these are all NBA players because players were getting maxed out back then, but they weren't all NBA players. So then they put, the top 15. Think about it. If you're an all-star, which is top 24, if you're an all-star, you are technically a max player. So if you're a max player, you made the all-star game. When you go negotiating, you're saying, hey, I need the max. All NBA is 15 players. So what ends up happening is, hey, we only want to pay the top 15 players super max. And then the regular max, which is like a mid-level, goes to everybody else, right? So now 215 is technically mid-level. 3-something is the KDs and all of that. The 3-something, 330s, 325s, that is going to be for those players, right? So when I played, right, 127 was max. 127 was max. Today, if I was playing, that's like 350. So that means the guy who's making 60 million. So let's say a Lamar Odom. So y'all know what type of players are. So like a Lamar Odom, your second, third option. Now those guys are 150, 200 million. So don't look at the money because just the money has been doubled and then they're 2.5 on it. That's all it is. So, so that's basically all it is, right? It's just the salaries have doubled from how much the teams are making. So you can't look at it as if, right? Jaylen Brown signed his deal, right? He's the number 2 option. So Tatum's deal is the real Supermax. So, when we're sitting here arguing about 65 games, it's more than what is being said because now the team themselves can now sit me when they want to, so they don't have to pay me, right? So now this happens too. Let's say Joel Embiid is averaging 35. Let's say he has the same numbers, but his team sucks, right? He's the biggest thing in the game right now. They were trying to use winning to keep him off. They were trying to keep him off the list because a bad team doesn't want to have to expend. Like, you don't want to be a bad team paying fucking Supermax players, right? Think about somebody like Houston, right? Houston don't have nobody on the team is Supermax. Spurs, there's nobody on the team Supermax. Those teams don't have Supermax players because they factor in winning so they can keep those guys out because the last thing you want is someone on Houston making a team and then now you have to overpay. There's a system in play for this, but they're trying to make it about the players when it's actually them. They're doing it. Sengun, right? If he makes the team, he'll be a Supermax player. Now, do you want to pay Sengun that type of money with your record, right? Detroit, Cade Cunningham is the Supermax player. No matter if he's on that team or not, that is a Supermax player who will be paid Supermax money. So team-wise, with the team losing, they will want to sit him down towards the end because I will say to you, you don't need to be out here. Let us evaluate everybody else so they can keep him under the Supermax contract.